My 48M ex-wife, 47F, has reached out to me after years. We were married for 7 years and divorced about 15 years ago. The reason at the time was our vision for the future wasn't compatible. I wanted a family, white picket fence, etc. She wanted to remain free and travel until her last day. FYI, at the time we were married, she shared my side of the vision. There is a cliché about remaining friends, but honestly I think we did at the beginning. She met someone and married him in 2010. He was older and had money and gave her that lifestyle. We were close enough that I was invited to the wedding and made a brief toast, obviously with him. In her life we drifted apart and basically played Facebook tag. When we divorced I was depressed and got therapy. But after she was married and gallivanting around Europe and the Caribbean I got really depressed. Therapy only helped so much. It took about 5 years to really pull through and be myself. I tried dating again and it never worked out. I honestly felt that I could never have been happier with anyone than I was with her. I regretted putting my foot down about how I wanted to live. Meanwhile, she was Facebook documenting their attempts to get pregnant. The one thing she was dead set against at all costs. To the point that she wanted to get her tubes tied, just in case. Fertilization clinics, IVF, etc. But nothing took. They announced they had gotten a surrogate to carry their child. And tragically the child was stillborn. Her husband passed away privately in 2021. People only found out a month after his very private burial. I messaged her saying I would be there for her if she needed someone to talk to. I did not hear back. Aside from posting inspirational messages, etc., she went dark. On my birthday this year I received a card from her wishing me a happy birthday, thanking me for being such an important part of her life, and saying maybe we'll be in touch soon. This last Friday she called me. It was the first time I spoke to her directly in over a decade. It was light conversation. I didn't bring up much of the last 10 years. But she asked if I was free to get coffee or a drink today. Tuesday. She was going to be back near where I live on Thursday. I agreed. Since then we've texted a bit back and forth, being slightly more intimate. I get the sense she's testing the waters, so to speak, to see if there is interest there. From my end it is a double-edged sword. There really would be interest in seeing where it might go, but I don't think I could handle losing her a second time. I've asked a few friends and they've been split down the middle. Don't get involved again versus see what happens. What do you think? Has anyone ever been in this situation where a relationship was rekindled after so long, and what did you do? What red flags or things to worry about should I be looking for? Always protect your heart. Man, you two are completely different people now and you should treat it as such. Don't see it as a part 2 to your previous marriage. See it as getting to know someone new. A fresh start. Be it friends or romantic partners. Be open to either, but don't be desperately hopeful for a specific outcome. Get to know each other again slowly and, if the time comes, have an open and frank discussion about what both of your intentions are. Leave nothing vague. Maybe just go have coffee and a chat. Why does it have to go directly to thinking about the future? Check it out. See if there's anything there. If not, enjoy your coffee. I'm sure you realize that you two are not the same people you were 15 years ago. I don't see anything wrong with catching up. And if the two of you are open to dating again, you're consenting adults. If you have a chance at rekindling and that is what you both want, go for it. I hope it works out for you. Super tricky. Impossible for anyone to know what's in her heart. A lot of time has passed. We grow and change from our life experiences. It is certainly possible she is using you because she is aging and her husband is gone. But if she genuinely wants to be with you and you want to be with her, You should at least kick the tires and find out. I personally wouldn't if I were you, but the problem is she moved on and lived her life unlike you. You didn't really move on from her. You became depressed, couldn't really date. You were and probably still are stuck on the image of the two of you together with a family. This isn't healthy. You should really go to a decent therapist. If you two had moved on and found your way back to each other, I would be all for it. But not this. She might just want a rebound from her dead husband, and in this case it would end horribly for you. She might want a relationship and a family and knows you're available, so why look elsewhere? I just don't see this working, but if you want to, then go ahead and listen to what your gut feeling is telling you, and I wish you the best. My suggestion as someone who is married and did not want children but how now changed their mind because of my spouse. Before you get too ahead of yourself, why don't you go meet her and chat? It sounds like you were close, and even if heartbroken, there was an understanding between you. Personally, none of us know what she wants from you. Not even you. My suggestion may seem more straightforward. Talk to her. Be honest. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask difficult things. But don't be too scared that you get in your own way. Life can be so short but also very long. And more often than not, what keeps us up at night are the risks we didn't take. Go with an open mind and trust yourself. Maybe you walk away knowing that it was all for the best. I hope whatever the outcome, it gives you closure. I'm curious why you never moved on. It sounds like you have really romanticized this person in your head and turned her into something she isn't. Your comment about never being happier than you were with her is concerning. How hard did you actually try? You had a life that you wanted, but you completely stopped pursuing it. I promise you there is someone out there you could have been, or could still be, happy building a life with. I'm not trying to be negative, but it sounds to me like she is just trying to get back out in the world after a tragedy. It doesn't sound to me like a rekindling as much as someone who has had a brush with mortality, trying to reconnect with her life. I think you might be reading intentions into it that aren't there. Have you had any relationships since? Reddit is really full of teenagers and misogynists, which is why you're getting a bunch of responses from people who see the narrative as dumped you for a sugar daddy, only wants you now. Her options are slimmer. If that narrative sounds right to you, okay, but from your writing I don't get the sense that it really fits. Lots of people change their mind about kids at the last minute. I'm the product of two people who were child-free until their 30s and had me via fertility treatments. Maybe that's why it doesn't strike me as odd. A couple getting back together 15 years later strikes me as less worrisome than a couple getting back together after a few months or years. You're now very different people, and the issue that split you up seems like it's pretty resolved. Since kids are off the table now, all dating is risk. Take it slow. Consider whether the reasons you split the first time are really resolved. But I don't think it's a bad idea to see where this goes. So what did you do for 15 years? Just curious. Most of my relationships ended because I was exactly like your ex-wife. I wanted to travel the world and I did. The idea of being stuck, that's how I viewed it. At home raising kids, cleaning, cooking, etc. scared the hell out of me as it seemed so permanent. I never changed in a sense of wanting kids. However, as I got older, I grew tired of always traveling and became quite a homebody. I still travel, but not as much. I just went to Greece for 2 weeks to celebrate my 50th birthday, but after about 10 days, I started getting homesick. Now, I'd love to meet someone and spend my days with. Perhaps she got that out of her system as well? Just start as friends and see where it goes. You said it yourself. I don't think I could handle losing her a second time. Unless you're willing and able to go through another loss with her, you should keep the relationship superficial. If you feel you're strong enough to face another change of heart from her, then see where it goes. Don't be shocked when she finds another man and leaves. It took you 5 years to get over her, and you say you can't handle losing her a second time. If I were you, I'd think really hard and long before I did anything. In the meantime, just enjoy some coffee with an old friend. Sometimes folks find each other at the wrong time, and sometimes they get a second chance. Life only goes forward. When you try and rewind, it usually doesn't end well. I won't lie, my romantic heart is swooning at the possibilities for you all. I'm a hopeless romantic though. You are right to be guarded because it was really rough for you last time. It also sounds like you want to see where this goes. My advice is go and meet up. If things take the turn we all think, be honest with her that your heart can't survive if she leaves again. Give her the chance to say what she is looking for. It could also be she just wants someone she trusts near her again. I can only say what I would do in your situation, but I'm not you. I know what I can and can't survive. You have to know your own limits, but also life is too damn short to not take a chance. Good luck in whatever you decide, and I hope we get an update from you. I have known in my life several couples that got married, divorced, and then rekindled and got married again. Every single one of them ended in a second divorce. IDK man. Follow that stupid heart if you want, but this sounds like classic Plan B activity. Did I get this right? She first wanted a family with you. Then after some time she no longer wanted children, so you got divorced, and when she got married to someone else she wanted children again? There is no way you can plan a life with her. Don't dude, she is your ex for a reason. Leave her on the past.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.